Discovery International Space Station, the President of the United States.
Hello, Commander. Can you hear us? Oh, I got it.
President, welcome aboard the International Space Station, where we're joined with our international crew from the Space Shuttle Discovery. Welcome aboard. Glad to hear your voice. We hear you loud and clear, sir.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. We've got a crew of wonderful school children here who are all interested in space, and we've got some members of Congress who are like big kids when it comes to talking to astronauts. I'm told that you're cruising at about 17,000 miles per hour, so we're glad that you are using the hands-free phone.
Mr. President, we go around the planet once every 90 minutes. It's quite a thrill, and it is very fast, and we see 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets every day.
That is unbelievable. Well, the first thing we want to do is just let you know how proud we are of you. I've got to say, especially once I found out that you're from Bellwood, Illinois.
President, it was a beautiful place to grow up, and I have a lot of roots that are still there.
Well, that's great. We are really excited about the project that you're doing. My understanding is that you are installing some additional solar panels on the space station, and that's actually going to increase the number of people that can work out of the space station. Is that correct?
Sir, that's correct. We've roughly doubled the amount of solar power available for experimentation and for supporting a larger crew, and we hope to go to a crew of 6 and a more aggressive experimental program this year.
Well, this is really exciting because we're investing back here on the ground a whole array of solar and other renewable energy projects, and so to find out that you're doing this up at the space station is particularly exciting. Can I ask, how exactly do you end up installing these solar panels? What's involved? Somebody want to give us a rundown on how you go about doing it?
Yes, sir. First, it comes up on a truss segment, which is about 5 feet long. We use a robotic arm to attach it to the end of another truss segment, and then once that's attached and bolted on to spacewalks, then we'll go ahead and unfurl, or actually deploy, the solar arrays in a position so that we can unfurl them from inside doing commanding through software.
About how long does it take?
Spacewalk, we put it all together about 6 hours, but to actually do the commanding to actually deploy them out to their full length only takes about 2 hours.
Well, obviously, we're really proud about the extraordinary work that our American astronauts are doing. You are a representative of the dedication and sense of adventure and discovery that we're so proud of. But one of the things that's wonderful about this is that it is an international space station, and I know that we have our Japanese and Russian counterparts on board as well. We'd love to say hello to them and hope that that this is an example of the kind of spirit of cooperation that we can apply not just in space but here on the ground as well.
Yeah, it's an honor to have a chance to talk with you, Mr. President. We have a Russian crew member, American crew member, and I'm from Japan, and we have 15 countries working together in this wonderful project, National Space Station, as well as on the ground in space, and this really symbolizes the future of the scientific development of the world, and I'm just happy to be part of this.
That's wonderful.
President, we work together to everything. It's really, really important for us. And American, Russian, Japanese, Italian, and to everybody, all people work in the space for peace.
Now, I notice you're bouncing around quite a bit there, guys. Are you wearing something to strap you down, or are you about to float away?
Mr. President, we're just holding on with our toes onto some handrails below us, and at any moment we could all just easily float up. And that's one of the fun things about flying in space. We get a chance to talk to a lot of kids and show them all the adventures that we have flying around. It's also, it's not just a lot of fun. It's a little bit tough on our bodies. We have to exercise. And so we get a chance to talk to a lot of schools while we're up here, schools all over the planet, to help inspire the next generation.
Yeah, I hear that you're going to be talking to my alma mater, Puno School, when you fly over Hawaii.
We're looking forward to that, sir.
All right, well, you tell them aloha. Listen, we've got a bunch of young people here. I want to see if any of them have some questions. Anybody have a question over here? Okay, hold on. We've got a young lady right here who's got a question.
As an astronaut, what do you eat?
Did you hear that question? They want to know what you guys are eating up there.
We're eating really well. We eat a lot of, it's prepared at NASA, but it's kind of like a backpacking food. It's dehydrated, rehydrate it, and warm it up. We also have food similar to meals ready to eat that they use for the military, and that a few of us ate last year when the hurricane came through Houston.
Do you guys still drink Tang up there? I've got Bill Nelson here, and he says that's been taken off the menu. That's by the way before the time of you young people. We used to drink Tang. We got a young man right here. Hold on one second.
Can you play video games in space?
Can you play video games in space?
We can, in fact. And in fact, a few years ago when I was up here for 6 months, I had a video game that I used to play in my spare time. Unfortunately, we don't have much spare time. So we can. We have a lot of laptop computers. But for the most part, we stay real busy doing real work.
Tell us what kinds of experiments are you doing? Once you got the panel up, what kinds of other activities are you doing? Is it mostly just maintaining the craft, or are there certain experiments or projects that you're engaged in as well?
Well, sir, we have experiments already up here that we've been doing for many years, and we'll be able to double that with the addition of the solar array that our shuttle friends brought up. We do a lot of experiments on combustion, understanding materials, understanding how, we're guinea pigs, so understanding how people's bodies change in space, and all this is in preparation for long-duration missions to Moon and Mars. And the exciting thing about doing science up here is we really don't know what we don't know, and that gives you the greatest potential for learning. And we've had a lot of cases where people have set up experiments, and we've conducted them here on the space station, only to find out that we've learned something new, something more about the fundamentals of the processes and the science. So it's a really great place to learn a lot.